Hey, what's up, morning, everybody? Appreciate you watching. Hope you subscribe and like the video. I was thinking earlier that I wanted to talk about something that I've dealt with in the past, and things that I deal with still to this day, and that is getting into your head. Going back into your head too far, and isolating yourself and over exaggerating consequences in life. It makes me think about the Kanye West, My Dark Twisted Fantasy, how it's like, if you're in your head too much, really bad, dark things can start to fester if you're not careful. Um, I think it's very important to try to, number one, stay positive and bring in positive things. I remember a lady that let me live with her and her family when I was in high school because I didn't have anywhere else to stay. She told me, Bobby, you got to watch what you listen to because, it's garbage in and garbage out. And I was like, yeah. I was a kid. Of course, I was respectful, but at the same time, in my head, I was just like, yeah, I can filter, the things that I hear or the environment that I'm around, and I can adjust, myself in my own way, and I don't have to, deal in the way that my environment presents itself. But that's true. You know what I mean? Like you have to put yourself in a position where you're able to be around positive people. You take in positive things. I'm not spiritual or anything like that, but I do believe that your spirit is it's important, and it can be affected by the things around you and the things that you take in. I remember in 2010, I think I was about 23 years old, and that's young, young and dumb. And I had just gotten a job in Nashville, where I got a better position. That was supposed to put me in a better position after that. And I had been in Memphis basically, most of my life or whatever, besides when I was in the military. And all my friends were there, and I had been with a young lady for a while, and I thought she was the love of my life, and my friends were in Memphis, and my dad was, at that time, he was going through a particularly difficult time. I won't get into details, but it was, a lot going on, and it was dangerous for him. And I was in Nashville by myself, and all I did was go to work and come home, and I really didn't do much. I knew a few people, but I really would have to be. I had to. I'm not gonna just friend people just because I'm around them all the time, especially people that you work with. So I was in my head really deep, and the young lady, I had stopped messing with, and the things was going on with my dad, and I wasn't talking to anybody about it, and I wasn't quite financially, where I wanted to be, or even progressing the way that I felt that I wanted to be. And I remember just calling my friend and crying on the phone with her for a while. I mean, it had just built up so high. All the BS had just built up and built up, and I couldn't take it anymore, man. It was so hurtful, everything that was going on. And after I talked to her, or my friend, and expressed some things, and how I was feeling, you know, the next day I felt like a weight was lifted off of me. And you know, it's also say don't be afraid to cry, you know, and talk to somebody about the things that you're going on. If you're a guy, I don't believe in that macho stuff about you shouldn't cry. Um, you should hold everything in and keep it deep inside. And no, man. I mean, you ain't got to be out here giving all your business out. But at the same time, you know, if you got a friend that you can lean on and somebody that can help you through a situation, you need to definitely get with them. And so many people commit suicide, you know, every year. It's ridiculous, you know, and I understand, like, life is hard. Life can be very difficult, like, especially if you've been dealt a really bad hand. But you got to understand that you have to be strong enough and you have to depend on other people to, you know, lift you up at times. And my favorite anime series is Naruto, and that was one of the biggest things in Naruto. You know, he's like, once you understand that you can't do everything yourself and you have to depend on other people, um, you know, you'll be where you need to be. You'll be a leader. You'll be somebody that people can follow. And I know the bravado of today's culture is keep everything to yourself. Don't depend on anybody. Trust nobody. I mean, I could go on for so long about the don't trust anybody because you can't even trust yourself. So don't give me that bullshit. Trust is a relative term. You know, dependency is a relative term. We're human beings. We're connected, you know, spiritually, I believe. We're all connected. We should all be able to help each other in our time of need. And when you're too far in your head and you're thinking about, oh my God, if I don't make this car payment, they're gonna do this, and if I don't make my house payment, I'm gonna be homeless, and if I don't you know, do this, and if I don't do that, the consequences are so high, unrealistically high. I do it. I mean, I've done it. I do it sometimes myself still. So this is, you know, for me and for you, I want you to not be so deep in your head that you allow that dark place to overshadow everything that's going on with you. I need you to stay positive. I need you to express yourself to people that you feel as if you can trust. And you just need to try to be a little bit more open with people. And listen, if they cross you, that's their loss. You know, like I've always said, my mama said to me one time, well, you know, they probably using you or da da da. And my response is and always will be, if someone's using me, if someone's taking advantage of me or my personality or whatever, let it happen. It's their loss. Because I know I'm a good person. And I know that they'll never find somebody else like me again. So go ahead and do whatever it is that you want to do, and you know, let the chips fall where they may. But I want you guys to understand it's important to get out the box sometimes. Talk to real people, okay, not just on the internet. And write your stuff down, you know, in a journal if you have to, and express yourself and get these things off your chest and understand that everybody's going through similar things. You are not the only one going through this. I am not the only one going through this. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I appreciate you watching. Subscribe to the channel, and see you later. Thanks.